Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy December, almost week before Christmas. Get your gifts in. Happy. I know you're struggling if you got to mail some gifts off because it ain't getting there till probably January. Uh, hey everybody. Hope you had a good breakfast. Get you some Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, whatever you need. Get your coffee in. Welcome to Not the Experts Live. I am Titus. That is Levi. We are here. Levi, what's popping?
I'm aging like Jay Will before our eyes.
This morning thing getting to you?
Yeah, it
getting to you?
is. I saw some people across the ESPN airways saying that Jay Will has been aging sort of like dog years. You know how dogs age. 7 years is one human year. Well, like one morning is like 7 human mornings. So yeah,
Struggle is real.
struggle's real.
Struggle is real. I understand.
Yeah,
Clayton, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm feeling real good today. You know what I'm saying? Well, my schedule's off anyway, so I'd be up all night anyway. I did take a nap from like 3:30 to 4:10 this morning though. So I'm super fresh.
That's cool.
I'm super refreshed
That's nice.
and
yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Good morning to you all. Tell us good morning in the chat. I said it to you, say it back. Say good morning back to us. Tell us what's happening if you're watching, if you're live. Thank you for being here.
Tell them to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, all our YouTube viewers and Facebook viewers, like the video as well.
Yes,
because that gets us going on the
boosts it up.
algorithm,
Fact
so
that.
more people can see us.
It's all about manipulating the algorithms, y'all.
Yes.
So help us do that, please. Thank you very much. Everywhere. If you like the show, follow us on Twitter, IG, Instagram. I said Twitter, IG, I said IG, Instagram.
Nice.
Just follow us on all the places. All right, follow us on the places. Follow the podcast at It's Not the Experts everywhere. Everywhere's NTE podcast. So follow us, listen to us, download us, everything. So yeah, Levi, what's popping, bro?
What's popping is Drake. Drake's always
okay.
popping.
All right.
With Lil Wayne, BB King
freestyle.
freestyle.
I still haven't listened to that yet.
Snap.
I still haven't listened yet, bro.
It was one of those when I played it, and within the first 3 seconds, I was yelling, and so I missed, about 30 seconds of Drake.
30 seconds of bars.
Yeah, because Drake just went in on that beat. He didn't,
Right.
he didn't make any bones
He didn't
about
let the beat.
it.
He didn't let the beat sit.
Yeah, he didn't
went
sit
right in?
around. He just got right into it, and so it threw me off, and I just started yelling, and so then I had to restart it. But yeah, it's fine. Good song.
That's good. I'm
song.
gonna check it out. I only because No Ceilings 1 was so good. I don't really be playing with Wayne on these calling some of those No Ceilings. Cause like it's not gonna be better than the first. So why would I put myself through that? It's like when they made 2 other Hangovers. Like you didn't need 3 Hangovers. Should have left first one where it was. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like, I just don't listen to Lil Wayne mixtapes anymore because Sorry for the Waits, all of them were so bad.
Oh, Sorry for the Wait was bad. Sorry for the Wait
Terrible.
made me not want the album to come out.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what we doing. Well, we can hold the album a little bit longer, Lil Wayne. But I will say the Carter, was it 6?
The
last one he dropped, the last Carter he dropped was actually
it
pretty
was
dope.
6, I think.
Yeah, it was 6. But the only problem was it was way too many songs on it.
Yeah.
Like it was 20 songs. I'm like, this is a lot. It's a lot of tracks, Wayne. I can't do that.
I mean, his best work or last best work, in my opinion, was the Carter 4, and then it kind of just
Carter
went
4
downhill.
was tough.
Yeah, because the Carter 4 was
Carter 4 was tough. Carter 2 is probably the one that people think is the most classic, I believe. People are big fans of the Carter 2.
What's on the Carter 2?
Hustler's Music, I think. I'm gonna lose my rap card for a second.
Is Duffel Bag on there?
Nah, Duffel Bag wasn't his song. Duffel Bag was Shooter. Shooter's on the Carter 2 with Robin Thicke, Best Rapper Alive. Hustler Music was on Carter 2. The song, what song did you say?
Duffel Bag.
Duffel Bag Boy?
Yeah.
No, that was 2 Chainz and his homie who I don't forgot his name.
Oh, so Lil Wayne was just
Lil
a
Wayne just did the
feature.
hook. Yeah, he did the hook on that. Yeah, that was Hook
oh.
Wayne. That was Hook Wayne for sure. But yeah,
Bet.
that's a classic hook though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, come and get your money. Little Duffel Bag Boy.
That hook hit. That hook hit different, bro. That hook hit different. For sure. What's flopping, bro?
What's flopping?
I got something that's flopping.
Did you give the what's popping?
Not really.
What's popping?
Oh, I do have something for what's popping actually.
What, alright,
This
go.
morning at 2:30, I discovered something that shook me about Toy Story.
Oh.
Clayton, I will put it up, but you just took the thing. So, can you put that slide up for me? I don't know how many people knew this. How many people figured this out? It's a very shocking discovery. Reddit showed me this morning.
Oh, Reddit
Yeah,
showed
Reddit
it to
told
you?
me that. Reddit showed me this morning.
Yeah.
That.
What about it?
Do you see the caption?
Wait, I was today years old when I realized this is a hooker. Oh.
Yes. Did everyone know this, or am I late?
I mean,
It makes sense, but
yeah.
childhood me didn't put
A
that
hooker.
together. I just thought it was a super weird toy, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit because it was with the other creepy toys.
yeah, Disney really stay on that Easter egg
They do,
subliminal
bruh.
messaging.
They do. They
stuff.
snuck that right in there.
Yeah.
Clayton, were you aware of this?
Unfortunately,
I wouldn't think of that as a hooker.
It just looked like I thought it was something super weird and creepy. Oh, I did the thing.
Yeah, you
I
did
did the
the
thing.
thing.
I did the thing. Where's the mute button? I found it.
We
Okay,
need
we're
a
good.
fine for that.
I found it.
50
we do
cent
need
fine.
we do need something for the fine system because we both did that this morning.
But since we're not the experts, we got to pay like really small fines.
Yeah,
penny
like 15
fines.
cents,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I was shook by that discovery that they actually slid a hooker in there, like
yeah.
with legs.
Yeah,
And then that was really smart by them.
yeah,
I like Disney.
it was.
Now I want to go see some new movies. See if they're sliding the Easter eggs in the newer ones still.
Oh yeah, I think that
They do.
they are.
usually do
Yeah,
that?
most of
Good.
the stuff they slide in now though are callbacks.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
okay.
would that be appropriate? It'd be callbacks or something
Yeah.
from a different Disney show. It'll be like a
Right,
different.
right.
Yeah. I think the biggest Easter egg that they always throw in these Disney animated movies is the Yoda. The Toyota
Mhm.
truck, but it's just the Yoda. It says Yoda on the back.
yeah, they sliding that in there.
The Planet Pizza. Is it
Oh,
Planet
yeah,
Pizza?
Planet Pizza,
Pizza
yeah.
Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the one they throw in the most there. You
I-
see
I
that
believe I
truck.
see that. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Disney slick with it. Also, Disney is popping because boy, they announced so much stuff last week.
Yeah. Can we get on
They
this?
went crazy.
Since when did they make a movie at Clemson, bro?
They made a
see
movie at
that?
Clemson.
You haven't seen that?
Oh, I did see that preview.
Safety.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
looks
li-
cheesy.
I'm be real. I don't like those movies that much.
No, I don't either.
The underdog one player story, I'm not a big fan of those. I didn't like that one they did with Wahlberg playing the Eagles. Dude.
I was about to say Vince Papali, bro.
I wasn't a big fan.
I liked it.
Got it.
I liked it.
It was a little mid.
Yeah. I mean, going
I
back
think
and
I watched
watching
it
it
once.
now, you
Yeah,
can see
I watched it once and I
terrible
didn't like it.
acting and yeah.
I watched it once and I wasn't a big fan of it.
hmm
I mean, Remember the Titans was forever a classic.
Yeah.
That's untouchable. But like, yeah, I don't know. Their sports movies are always kind of.
They are. They're
yeah.
cheesy.
They are mad cheesy.
And they're terrible acting.
Yes, and the sports movies. Problem with sports movies is like Disney don't be investing in the athletes to do the sports,
Yeah.
so it's not believable, right?
Yeah.
It's like this dude clearly can't run a route.
hmm
You know?
and what's funny too is that it's pretty obvious in my opinion that they're wearing Clemson's old uniforms. Like when they showed up to Clemson,
Oh, yeah, I
Clemson
think it's
just pulled out the old Clemson
Oh, yeah,
uniforms
yeah.
and gave them to him to wear.
Yeah.
And so
I do like the old purple.
they just
though.
look dirty.
I do like
It's
the-
not the old purple though.
I thought it was
it's
the
just
purple.
they might be in
I thought
one
it was.
scene,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
the ones
okay.
I've seen it's the orange.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay.
Yeah, they just
Never mind
they
then.
dirty the
Yeah.
old dirty orange.
Yeah, it's whatever. So I got something for flopping. What's flopping is myself.
Mm.
Because I said, I think this is the exact quote, NFL show is coming this week, no matter what.
Yeah.
Levi,
Yeah.
an NFL show did not make it out last week.
Yeah.
Um,
I even text you about it.
You
I was like,
did.
and then I don't think you even addressed the
nah,
question.
I woke
Yeah.
up. Man, I woke up late. I was like, this time is past. This NFL show is past. I be having good intentions, y'all. I do overnights. The morning times, I need to wind down a little bit. I can't just jump right into recording when I get off. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, my mind's too wired. I gotta wind down. Then by the
Mhm.
time I get done wind down, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then it's time to go to sleep and wake up the next day.
Well, that's kind of
It's
how I
so
am with
bad.
these college football pods.
Yeah.
Because we'll get done recording it, but now I don't want to turn around and just start editing.
Exactly.
I want
exactly.
a little wind down, and then once it's time for me to start editing, I'll do it.
Promise.
But I'm not finishing it by the time I'm ready to go to bed.
Bro, I
so
promise you.
yeah.
I promise you. Because, like, the thing with the process is you got to download the file once, and then you're waiting for it to download.
Reformat it.
Yeah, reformat it. It's a long process for our editing on the non-live show stuff. So like, it's just we be having good intentions, y'all. We be trying.
Yeah, we do.
be
I guess
trying.
I should throw myself in the ring for what's flopping because College Football Pod didn't make it out again.
College football, NT is flopping for content. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we need an editor.
We badly. If anybody, if there's a college student and you need just an internship, they don't care where you go, and you want to be an editor, please hit us up.
LLC.
Yeah, for sure. Hit us up. Let us know. We will hire you. We will let you on. I mean, we'll pay you sometimes. Like, just like a thank you.
You'll make more than we make.
That is a fact. You will make more than we make.
Yeah.
For sure, you'll make more than we make off that. So if you want to edit and you like editing, please hit us up and we will give you access to everything so fast. And you can do whatever you want with it. We will give you so much access. You will be the show, basically. So yes. Man, I realized that's the thing. Like, when we just did a pod, editing was kind of easy, right? Because like, okay, we did the pod. We'll go edit it real quick, throw it up, right? But now that we're like semi-professional, editing sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks so bad. It sucked before, but now it just sucks even more. That we're trying to put out like quality content.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I'm too much of a perfectionist when it comes to that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So I let little stuff
Throw
hang
everything.
out.
Yeah. I've gotten out of that a little bit because it used to be like, oh, if one thing went wrong, I would just delete the whole thing. Like I had one show where like the audio, that one I think we did where the audio kept cutting out, and I actually went and fixed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, because normally I would just let that was like, okay, I'm not doing with this, but I actually fixed it and let it input it out. So I'm trying to get better with that because it's just the process, but it's like, nah, I'm with you though. Sometimes it's like, yeah, it's just gonna die.
Yeah.
You ever had that feeling halfway through a show?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this is never gonna see the light of
Yeah.
day.
Many a times.
That'd be the worst.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst feeling, bro.
It really is. And then you just get mad and you kind of stew on it for a second.
Right. But enough self-involvement.
Well, I got another was flopping.
Oh, I'm sorry, talk to me.
Excuses are flopping. Yeah. So you brought up right before the show.
Oh wait,
I knew about
that's
it.
Not the expert. That's not the expert of the week.
Okay, well then, okay. So I won't mention him. There's some more excuses though.
Yeah, talk to me.
Coach K now is rethinking the season after, well, coincidentally after losing his second game of the season.
You go with the Nate Oates thing.
Yeah, and then they asked Nate Oates, Alabama basketball coach, what he thought about it.
Yeah.
And he pretty much said that's a bunch of malarkey. He believes that Coach K is now all of a sudden, interested or so concerned with player safety right after getting his second loss of the season. And that Duke team does not look good this year. So, yeah, that's what's flopping. We got more excuses too, but
oh yeah,
yeah.
We'll get to those later. Not the expert of the week. Yeah, I'm not the expert of the week. We'll get to that. Levi, do we have headlines this week?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Talk to me.
So I meant to put this in last week's. It didn't make it. Going out of sports for a second. Aliens are real.
Oh, you talking about the monoliths?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, screw those. We all know those are man-made. I don't know why that's getting so much attention. I think it's so obvious that it's man-made and these people are just putting them up around different places. I don't know. But the former, I'm going to have to look it up.
All right.
The former Israeli he's the Secretary of Defense or something like that.
Yeah.
I look it up. But he's up there in age now. He's retired, but he did it for, 40, 50 years or whatever. And I think it has something to do with like space intelligence, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
But he said he's earned all his degrees, all his awards, he's done with his position.
Right.
And so he was like, I'm just gonna be blunt about it. He's like, I got nothing, else to gain. So
yeah,
here it is. Aliens are real.
Okay.
And they've been waiting on humans to develop a little bit more, I guess you would say, mentally. So apparently that's it. They don't want to reveal themselves yet. They're doing it slowly. That's why all this stuff's coming out.
Yeah.
We're seeing more UFO action. Yeah, they're revealing themselves slowly.
All right, then.
But they're living in a base in Mars. Like
Oh, they're in a Mars base.
inside of Mars. They're not on
Oh,
Mars.
okay.
They're inside of Mars.
In it.
And
Okay.
and there are apparently some humans up there too with them. Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
I don't have any opinions on it.
You don't.
No, 'cause I don't want to say anything. I don't know what the aliens take as offensive.
Do you believe in aliens?
I don't want to say I don't because I don't know what the aliens take as offensive. So I don't really want no problems with aliens if they are in fact real.
I never
want no
believed in
smoke.
aliens until listening to Bob Lazar, and he piqued my interest.
Oh
And
yeah, I've
so
heard
I
that
like
guy.
to
Yeah.
I like to think that they're
You like
real.
think they're real?
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect it. What's the next headline? Hi aliens, if you are real.
I'm gonna have to go back and look. All right, so we had some firings going on. The
People
Gus
got-
bus
Yes.
is rolling out. Gus Malzahn fired. I actually can I say I actually knew that too. Before it actually happened, got some sources that told me down in Auburn it was already confirmed, and they were just waiting to release it. So
So you could have broke the news.
I could have broke the news if I wanted to, but
Got us some clout.
yeah, could have. So I knew a full day before everybody else did, but I feel like if you're in with that program, you already knew. Anyways, so Gus Malzahn's out, and Raiders defensive coordinator Paul Gunther, he's out.
Oh yeah,
somebody
they
else
gave
got
another,
fired too.
They gave
but
another 40 piece.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think I have a thing with giving up 40 points. I think if your team gives up 40 points multiple times in a season, you're probably not good.
yeah.
I don't think changing coordinator is going to fix that, but good luck to you, Oakland. Somebody got to get blamed for it, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a firing. We'll talk about Gus Malzahn again later too, because I got some. Yeah,
Yeah,
I want
we
to
will.
give somebody a shout out.
We're gonna get into it later, but James Harden, he is gone back and forth. These hoes wishy washy, man. James Harden don't know what he wants.
Oh man,
yeah.
homie,
So
I bring it your boy. They can't decide and keep switching majors.
yeah.
Being indecisive makes me anxious. Harden out here wilding, bro.
Yeah, he really
My
is.
man Harden came back and he was like, I mean, you can send me to some other teams.
Yeah.
Yo, I want to talk about the fact that why do you notice that the move for guys who don't really want to go to a certain team, but they always throw Milwaukee out there to make it like they'll go to anybody who wins? Have you noticed that? Because AD threw Milwaukee on his list last year too,
Did
and
he
there was
really?
no chance, and there was no chance AD was going to Milwaukee.
They're just going there for that 1 year pit stop or
Yeah.
2 year pit
Well,
stop.
yeah, and it's like I feel like they throw Milwaukee on the list to make it like, look, I just want to go win, and they just keep using Giannis as an
Yeah.
excuse, like I just want to go win. Harden,
like
and
that.
Giannis don't even like each other. They,
Oh, yeah.
they
Oh,
don't even like each other. Like, what are we
I
doing?
forgot about that. That
Yeah.
Giannis hates James Harden.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're not even cool like
Well,
that.
no. Giannis doesn't like. I thought it was Russell Westbrook.
No, it's Harden.
Oh,
It's
that's
Harden.
right. 'cause
Embiid and Westbrook had smoke, but Harden and Giannis, remember, they kept throwing shots because Harden.
yeah, he didn't
basically
pick him
like-
on the All Star team.
Yeah, and Harden was like, I wish I could be 7 feet and really fast because there's no skill in that or something
Yeah.
like that. And Giannis was like, yeah, I want somebody who would pass the ball on my All Star team,
Yeah,
as he picked between Trae Young and Kemba Walker. But but then after the All Star game, he was like, yeah, our plan down the stretch was whoever Harden was guarding, just get the ball to them.
yeah. I saw that.
They've been going crazy. He didn't want to go there for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he expanded his list to Miami, Milwaukee.
yeah. I haven't even
And-
seen the new list.
Yeah, I think it was
so-
Miami, Milwaukee. He added to the list, and
Oh,
Philly,
okay.
and Philly.
Yeah. Which Philly was already his second destination when he named the
Right.
Nets, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah. So I think when he pretty much got that final confirmation that no, he's not going to the Nets, he just went to the next one. He
Right,
was like,
like,
okay,
yeah, send
well,
me to Philly.
Philly was number 2,
Um,
so get to work on it.
A report came out yesterday that Houston wanted Ben Simmons and 3 picks for Harden.
Mm.
What do you think about that price tag?
I don't know. I don't
See,
know because
I
the
don't
whole
think
Simmons for Harden thing to me isn't bad.
It's not,
That's
right?
that's pretty
It's not.
good. I
Yeah.
think
I agree
uh,
with that. I think 3 picks is too
it's a
steep
little
for
too
that.
much.
Yeah,
I would say
um,
maybe 2.
yeah, and I get that. I like the asking price being high because it's a guy with 2 years on his contract and he's a MVP of the league. He's put up about 30 something a game last year. So like, I like the high asking price. I think that's fair to have a high asking price, but I think that's 3 picks and I'm giving you Ben Simmons is too much. Like, And this is the Bucks' fault, low key, because they gave up 3 picks for Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Which I know they did that because the Celtics had an offer in there, and they just had to give a higher offer than the Celtics did. But still, I think, Aurelio says that's too much, and I kind of agree. Just because Ben Simmons is such a high quality player, like you're not, it's such a high quality player. I can't give you 3 picks with it.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a super draft pick guy, but 3 picks is way too much. And
it is too much.
Yeah, I like the idea of Harden and Embiid running pick and rolls, but also, they're like if Embiid gets hurt at all, which is a possibility with him, the defense is gonna take a major hit.
Yeah.
And then the offense too, because Dwight might can replace him a little bit on defense, but offensively can't replace what Embiid provides at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Harden, Dwight Howard tried that already, and that was when Dwight was still in his prime a little bit.
Yeah, and so also you got to think of now. I'm thinking, how is Philadelphia planning to utilize Ben Simmons? Because haven't we heard? Hasn't the speculation been they're trying to move him back to the 4, or they're going to move him to the 4, trying to play him down low more?
I think they're gonna do a little bit of that, but also I think they want to run more pick and rolls with him and Embiid, which, I mean, seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
and like something that's probably gonna be pretty unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Something Brett Brown couldn't figure out. But I think they're gonna try and use him. I really think Daryl and Doc want to see how this works for at least one more year before they blow that up. And I don't blame them because, I mean, when they were together and had shooters, they were a top team in the East.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is there. I haven't really watched preseason too much, so I haven't followed it that closely. But I don't think they added any, like, super point guard that I think can take the ball. So, Ben's probably going to be a primary handler for the most part. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I still don't, if I'm that team, I'm not doing that. I don't know why they haven't done it like that yet.
I mean,
and I know they could have gotten a ball facilitator, and I don't even know why this was being entertained and where it came up at, but apparently Austin Rivers was considering 2 teams or had 2 different offers from 2 different teams.
Yeah.
And one of them was the 76ers.
Yeah.
And Doc was like, yeah, I advise Austin. It'd probably be better for him to go to whatever the other team was. I can't remember. And I'm like, Doc, stop giving your family automatic contracts, bruh. It's kind of holding you down, I believe. Who'd he just get? Smurf Curry? Yeah, he just got Smurf Curry.
Steph Curry? Why you call him Smurf?
Huh?
Why you calling him Smurf?
Because he looked like a Smurf.
Relax.
I got that from Brax. And then as soon as Brax told me, he was like, yeah, that's Smurf Curry. He looked like a Smurf. And now I can't unsee it.
Seth is a cold shooter.
Look up Seth Curry right now, and you will see a Smurf on your screen.
But Seth Curry's a good pickup, though.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he
is good at pickup. Yeah. He is.
He's not a ball handler, but he's like in terms of shooting, that's a solid.
I mean, he's
addition.
a sniper.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna work.
But are you looking up what Seth Curry looks like?
Okay, I see it a little bit.
You see it? You can't say a little bit. Just put the little white hat on him, and that's Smurf Curry.
At first, I thought maybe it was the Mavericks jersey, but I saw him in a Portland jersey, and I still saw it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I can't unsee it. But, yeah. Also, did you see the little quote that Doc gave?
Yeah, was that real or fake? I couldn't figure out if it was real or fake.
I'm pretty sure it's fake.
Yeah.
Because there was no source on it.
Yeah.
But... You know, like I said earlier about aliens, I like to think this is real, so I'm going to stick to it. But apparently somebody asked Doc Rivers, we don't know if this is real or not, probably not, but they asked him, what do you think about Ben Simmons shooting? Are you going to try to utilize his shooting more on the outside, try to fix it up? He said, oh, I'm not worried about Ben Simmons shooting. I just coached PG. He was like, so I'm not worried about it. And then, I didn't even put this in the headlines, but do you want to talk about this ridiculous max that PG just got? It wasn't a max, but contract extension.
It was close to it was almost super max, right?
It was almost
5 years,
max.
205 with 205.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's advising that man? Steve Ballmer.
I mean, they had to do it though. The Clippers had to do it, bro. They had to, because his opt out was this year. So you go ahead and lock that up, so you don't have to deal with the fact that him and Kawhi might leave you this offseason. And it gives them leverage too, because you remember what they did with Blake Griffin in LA?
Yeah.
He signed the Supermax. They did a whole presentation. Somehow they wanted him to retire a Clipper, and they signed Supermax trade in Detroit the same season.
Mm-hmm.
Now PG doesn't have any leverage. He's under contract 5 years. So if it doesn't work out, you can trade him anywhere because look, he's under contract 4 more years. He can't go there and be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna resign. He can't tell his agent to tell the team like, hey, you can trade for him, but it's a rental because he's got a 5-year deal. So he's just gonna be stuck there. Because if Blake Griffin had like a 1 year deal, 1 year left on his deal, they can't trade him to Detroit. Because he's going to be like, I'm not going to Detroit.
Yeah.
Now it's Paul George is stuck.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a chess play for the Clippers because they might have 5 more years and they might not.
Yeah, you're
You know
right
what I'm
about
saying?
that. It's still a little too early for me to wrap my brain around this because
Yeah.
that was something I've been meaning to look into. It just kind of
Yeah.
shocked me when I was hearing the news.
It's a huge deal. And I
Yeah.
think PG's reputation has gone so in the toilet because of the playoffs and his quotes. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
he's a
has.
solid
Like,
player,
what was
though.
his latest quote? Like, he said something like he gonna be a dog this year.
Yeah, he's
like
been
nobody
watching Kobe videos or
nobody
something.
want the
Yeah,
smoke
he's
this
been watching
year.
Kobe videos
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
right. He's been watching Kobe videos. Paul George,
Lord have
how
mercy.
disrespectful. When I read that, I was like, do not defecate on Kobe Bryant's name like that, man. Like, get his name out of your mouth, sir, because
You don't
you
deserve to
do
speak that
not.
name?
No, you should not be putting your name in the same sentence as Kobe Bryant's name. Okay, get out of here, PG.
He's done
because if
he's done a lot of media.
Huh?
He's done so much media.
He's
in the past
he's
couple
done
weeks.
too much. He's over. It's
And-
like he's overcompensating for something, Titus. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's this terrible
Side of the backboard.
huh?
Side of the backboard. He's overcompensating for hitting side of the backboard.
Yeah,
in the game
maybe
7.
that. Well, I was gonna say maybe he's just compensating for one of his P's. I don't know if it's the playoff P or the other P, but
I didn't want to go there. I was hoping you weren't going there.
yeah, I was. It just kind of worked. I thought of playoff P, and I
Yeah,
was
it's
like, oh, I
okay.
got to use it.
I can tell you're
but
waking up mid-show.
Yeah,
So I like it. I can tell you
Yeah.
like waking up mid-show.
I'm like 75% there
I
right
can tell.
now.
I can
Yeah.
tell. What's our next headline?
And you know how I said I forgot to set my alarm last night?
Yeah.
So I strategically set it. I had all these notes here, you
Yeah,
see, and then
I
this
see.
morning I was gonna organize them down the road, so I
Oh.
just didn't have to be. But you
Yeah.
know how it'd be.
Well, you
not
know
the
what you said
experts.
2 weeks ago on the show. Don't plan to do things in the morning because you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, I know, and yeah,
I understand though.
Yeah.
It'd be tiring.
dude, what a game last night! I couldn't take
That
my
game was
eyes
so
off
much
that
fun.
game. We're gonna get
Yeah, that
into
game
that
was fun.
too, but
That was a lot
that
of
was
fun.
a good game.
It was.
Yeah. Let's see other ones. Speaking of basketball,
Mhm.
Jason Tatum's grown 2 inches.
He's still growing?
You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, this was good. So Brad Stevens said the other day that in an interview he's grown a little bit. He's now listed at 6'10", so that's apparently 2 inches. He went from 6'8" to 6'10".
Okay.
They put it on Twitter. Somebody did, and Donovan Mitchell replied to it, tagging Jason Tatum,
Yeah.
and said, "Y'all better quit lying." It was like, "Why y'all lying?" or "Always lying," or like, it was pretty funny. Donovan Mitchell was trolling him.
Oh, yeah, look at that now.
Yeah, and then Jason Tatum replied. He said he's still 19.
Oh,
He's still got growing to do.
That's hilarious. Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. what
hilarious.
Donovan Mitchell say?
Yeah, he said, "Bro, why are we lying like this?" And
Yeah.
add Jason Tatum, and then Tatum's like, "Bro, it's my 4th year being 19. I'm still growing." That's funny because that's like the meme on the internet. Is like Tatum's only 19. Like,
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
when he was
that's
a
right.
rookie, they just kept talking about that all the time. Like
Yeah.
he's 19, he's 19. It's like the year 17 with LeBron. So that
Mhm.
became the meme. I like when players lean into the memes.
What's crazy is that I didn't realize Jason Tatum was only 6'8". I thought he
Yeah,
was
he's-
at least
Yeah.
LeBron's height, but then I had to go look up these pictures of them
Yeah,
playing next to each other,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh yeah, LeBron is a good inch
Right.
taller than
He's
him."
a real
6'9".
undersized. He's a real undersized 4. he's
and
a real
that makes
undersized
me
four.
even more. I already
He's a
already knew
monster.
he was an undersized 4.
Yeah.
But I didn't
But now
realize he was
he's
that,
that undersized,
undersized.
right,
So it's
right.
a lot really impressive.
crazy.
I don't know if I really believe the 6. Do you
The
buy it?
6'10", nah. Apparently, the height thing, the line about height is a camp thing.
Mhm.
Everybody keeps growing.
Yeah.
And I think because they said Anthony Edwards added like 5 more pounds.
Mhm.
Everybody's like, yeah, these are probably the typical training camp lies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just not
don't
believing
believe
anything.
1 second. Maybe he
Not at
grew
all.
an inch or
Yeah.
3/4 of an inch, but I do not believe that man grew 2 inches.
Do you see Jaylen Brown said my bro really 6'11"?
I like that.
They're crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I wanted to ask you if you bought that or not.
Nah, that's crazy. But I will say I think Tatum might make a run for MVP this year.
No, I think he will. I
Yeah.
think he can.
Kemba's
Yeah.
out for probably the first month of the season.
What did he do?
He's something. I think he's still working on it. He had a knee problem before the playoffs, and I think they're still dealing with it now. He got
Oh,
some kind of
okay.
treatment that they say he's probably gonna be out to start the season. So Tatum's got to be the main playmaker now. So he might take another step. He was taking a step towards the end of the last regular season, so he might take another step up and get the MVP.
Yeah.
Yes,
Are we
sir.
going? We should just transition to basketball after this because I got
I
one
wish.
more basketball headline.
Do you? Oh, we should organize this better.
Let's see. And then we got control now. I think you can scroll to it.
Yeah, but I
Come on.
can't. I don't think I can refresh the slideshow over there from here. 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? You got to refresh the sidebar and everything.
I'm saying, like, can we click through it?
Oh yeah, you want to go all the way down? Because NBA is like the last thing.
Oh, Never mind.
He's way at the bottom. Yeah.
Told y'all we didn't prep this one. LiAngelo Ball. So last week,
Oh yeah.
I went ahead and gave LeVar Ball kind of
did.
expert of the
We did give him
week, or I
credit.
said a wait to see expert of the week. Let's see
Yes.
if the Prophet Ball, if his words come into fruition. Nah, it didn't. LiAngelo couldn't even make it 2 weeks on the team. Already got cut by the Pistons.
So he was clearly like a training camp pickup, basically, right?
Yeah,
That was
pretty
it?
much. Yeah.
Is he a forward or
I would think a 3.
is he a 3? I can't remember. I never remember how
I would
big
say
he
a
was.
3.
Yeah, I can remember how tall
Or
he
a
was.
2, a taller
Okay.
a 2.
Yeah. Okay.
I would really think a 2 since he's just a
Yeah.
shooter.
I was gonna say because if he was like a 4, they added 35 centers in Detroit this offseason, so he didn't have room for him. But yeah, I did see this. I'm trying to pull up LeVar Ball's quotes about this. Did you see those?
No,
Okay. Oh, I found it.
I was going to bring that up.
Yes. Here are his quotes. LeVar Ball stated, I definitely have, well, they asked him about it. He did interview Bleach Report. He said, I definitely have thoughts on that. He said, the people in Detroit are great. I love the fans, but the franchise over there is raggedy as hell. They don't know a good player. I was giving them a lottery pick for free. He has the skills to play and the notoriety to bring everybody in the game. How do you throw it out the window? They're going to learn the hard way. My boys are going to end up playing together somewhere. Jello can shoot the lights out. That was raggedy what they did. But hey, they're going to learn the hard way. Bruh, I know one thing. One thing I know for certain. The word raggedy always hits. If somebody calls something you do
Yeah.
raggedy, it's going to hit,
hurt.
bro.
That
It
cuts
does.
deep.
It does, bro. I don't know what it is about that word, but if raggedy gets thrown out there,
Yep.
like you just gotta put your hands up.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, what you want to do? Don't call me raggedy out here.
Can I say? Am I allowed to say I miss LeVar Ball?
You can say that. No, I'm not mad at you for that.
Dude, I don't know. Okay. Even though at one point it did get too much and I
It
got
was a
really
lot.
annoyed.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
jumped the shark
but
real fast.
like I said last week, it was pretty much the Spider-Man meme of ESPN and the media. It's just these different sports media outlets pointing at each other saying, how do we stop LeVar Ball? But yeah,
Yeah.
they're the ones getting him on every
Right,
freaking day.
right.
So yeah, they kind of learned. But yeah, I got some more quotes. I mean, do you want to hear some more quotes from that Bleacher Report?
Yeah, talk to me.
Let's see, because I screenshotted some of them. I
Smart.
wanted to talk about it.
Eddie play.
Dude, if we could afford him, LeVar Ball would be like our best.
I guess.
No, not guest. I'm
Oh.
thinking let's let him run the marketing.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
let him
But
be our
can't-
word.
He can't be in
word-of-mouth
charge of merch. He
advertisement.
can't be in charge of merch though.
No,
Remember
no, he can't. I would love some big baller brand collab, not the experts, because
Right.
that would totally
It would-
fit us.
it
That would fit
would.
both brands,
That
not
was a
the
good
experts
point,
with
because
big baller brand.
that big baller brand rollout was woo.
Yeah,
That was so bad.
I wish I would have bought some shoes though. I mean, I know everybody
You may
got
not have
theirs
gotten
late,
them. Yeah.
and
You might not have
they
gotten them
weren't
at all.
the right shoes. Oh yeah, some
Yeah.
people are still
Some
out there
people
waiting on
didn't-
them. Yeah,
Didn't get them.
that's right. Let's see. They asked LeVar who would win 1-on-1 between LaMelo and Steph Curry. Stop it, LaMelo. Steph is too little. He's only like 6'3" or 6'2". LaMelo's taller than him and longer than him. LaMelo.
Oh, okay, we're still doing. Okay,
Was that a decent LeVar?
It was fine. I mean, I feel you gotta
like
yell.
to be LeVar, you
just
gotta
gotta yell
yell
and point,
and
yeah,
like
for sure.
throw
For
your
sure.
arms out.
So that covers
yeah.
it. That covers it.
Yeah, and then they asked him, LeVar Ball, on which NBA legend he wants to play 1-on-1. Michael Jordan.
He
For
said,
$200 million, he could get it tomorrow.
200 mil. He drafted your son. That's all you getting.
I think he said it could happen tomorrow.
okay.
He
Yeah.
didn't say he could get it tomorrow.
Good
but,
luck with that. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want any of that. I'm good on that. All right then.
Yeah, and then he said something about LeBron didn't do nothing. It was just the coaching over there. Oh, okay. So he wasn't blaming LeBron on Lonzo getting traded. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
so that was
okay.
good.
That's nice.
He
I
said
guess
that was the coaches.
yeah.
We're growing, baby.
We are.
steps.
He's improving a little bit.
Yeah,
yes.
he is.
Yes.
Yeah, I think after getting embarrassed by Big Baller Brand and his
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, it
people,
went bad.
yeah,
I did kind of feel bad that his friend messed up the company. The dude he trusted, like,
Yeah.
behind the scheme of the company. I did kind of feel bad for him on that.
yeah.
But yeah.
No
my
new
man
friends.
Vlad. Vlad, what up? Vlad said LeVar on that grade A crack. Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
That's just a comment. It's not an accusation, people.
yeah.
Please don't. LeVar, don't come for us. We ain't got no money anyway, so you ain't getting
Cocaine
none
is
from
one
us.
hell of a drug.
Right? You can sue if you want. You ain't getting no bread. We got none over here, sir. So it's fine. Vlad, what up? So that's our headlines. That headlines.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Bet. let's get into our expert of the week, Levi. Do you have yours ready?
Will you go first?
I can go first, bro.
Because I don't have mine set yet.
Okay, it's cool. I can go first. My expert of the week, Levi, it goes to someone we mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn football. Well, not Auburn football. It goes to a man from Auburn that formerly was at Auburn. Gus Malzahn's agent.
Ah, yes.
A $21.7 million buyout for Malzahn.
Mm-hmm.
21 mil.
I thought it was lower than that too. I thought we said 15 mil.
No, 15. I think 15 was Muschamp.
No, I thought Muschamp was 25 mil.
No, Muschamp's like 15. Because Muschamp's I think was gonna be 13, but they had a paperwork error, so it's 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very expensive paperwork error.
Ain't it? Ain't it? So yeah, 21 mil. I'm looking at the ESPN article right now.
Oh, okay.
Why did Auburn pay Gus
what's
Malzahn $21.7 million to walk away? Yeah. Shout out to Alex Scarborough.
Yeah.
That agent is doing God's work, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be overpaid so bad. I want to be overpaid and mediocre so bad.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z said it best. Know what he said?
No.
Would you rather be underpaid, paid, or overrated?
Ooh.
It's facts. Went from the favorite to the most hated. Would you rather be underpaid or overrated? Overrate me.
Yeah, overrate.
Please overrate me. Being mediocre and getting a check, Lord, that's a beautiful thing.
That reminds us, go on Apple Podcasts, Facebook, rate us 5 stars.
Facts that.
Overrate us.
That is a fact. Overrate us, please. And Kevin Sumlin got fired as well.
Yeah. I meant to throw that in.
That's his second buyout.
Yeah.
Because I think they owe him a nice check too.
I heard somebody float out the speculation of Gus Malzahn going to Arizona, and to me that just makes perfect sense. The way they like to think they run their offenses, getting the Rich Rods out there, the Kevin Sumlins, these spread, hurry up style.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it fits.
Yeah, it fits what they want to do.
Yeah.
And like this type of program that kind of has to run that type of style anyway.
Yeah. Did you see that picture I sent you or that tweet? Somebody tweeted of Gus Malzahn's basement or whatever. It was the picture from him in the draft. Yeah.
That unsellable house.
Yes. Yes. And he's got a giant mural of, Auburn football, but half the wall is him. And it's like the hurry up offense or says hurry up or something like that. Yeah. So somebody tweeted it and said, whichever realtor sells this house deserves the Heisman.
They really do. They really do. What's your expert of the week?
You know what? I'm going to go expert of the week. Us, in part.
Talk to me.
But the larger part is my boy D. Smitty, Devontae Smith, the former UGA commit. I love saying that. Devontae Smith, the former UGA commit. The freshman wide receiver who caught that walk-off touchdown against Georgia in the national championship. And the guy who's been absolutely going off this year. Yeah, I think he's now number one. He's the front runner for the Heisman. And so I say in part, us, expert of the week, because last week we officially made ourselves the Devontae Smith for Heisman podcast.
We did do that.
We speak it into existence.
No straight experts.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think, D. Smith balling, bro.
He is.
He really is like the best. I think he's the best wide receiver to come out of Alabama ever.
Wow. High praise.
Yeah.
Julio came from Alabama.
I know, but he wasn't putting up Devontae Smith numbers.
He was still Julio was still there in the era where they ain't had no quarterback.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Nah, I hear you though, because his numbers are crazy. Devontae's doing ridiculous things right now.
Yeah, he is. So if he doesn't win the Heisman, man, I'll really just cheat. I think he is. I would put money right now that he would win it. Yeah. Unless Florida comes out and pulls off a miracle, and beats Alabama, which I still don't. We can talk about this later, I guess, if we're going to get into it. But I don't know, man. As I keep thinking about it, my hot reaction right after seeing that game, I was like,
LSU game?
Florida, they're raggedy.
I think you referred to them as hot garbage.
Yeah, they are. Hot garbage.
Raggedy.
And I apologize, but on Twitter, I said I take back every little possibility of Florida beating Alabama out there. But now as I let it sit, and I think, that was a big game for LSU because they just got absolutely embarrassed by Alabama. Everybody's talking about the program, saying Ed Orgeron can't coach. Bunch of allegations going on. So that was a prove-it game right there for LSU. And then to Florida, that was that was definitely a look-over game. They're looking into next week against Alabama and didn't take LSU seriously. But I'm also thinking of the fact, too, Dan Mullen does not know how to rally a team. Once his teams really lose and have the nail in the coffin, he doesn't own any crowbars. He can't pull nails out. He only owns hammers.
Word.
So, we'll see how that goes.
All right.
We'll see how that goes. Expert of the week, Devontae Smith.
All right. So, our not the experts of the week. You want to go first on this one?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like we got to have the same person here.
I think we were going to, but I think oh no, we do have the same. No.
You probably swap.
Yeah, mine is
Marco Wilson.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Is that who yours was?
No, it was originally,
okay.
but now I found the Scott Frost thing.
Marco Wilson.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's all that needs to be said.
You could say Florida was a shoo-in for the playoff. You could say he pretty much threw all possibilities of them through. He threw all possibilities of going to the playoffs out. He really put his foot in his mouth. I don't know. I'm trying to think of more foot puns. Go ahead, Titus.
I want to say for Marco Wilson, if you're if you're hyped up as a defender and a shoe ends up in your hand, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes you just got to fling it downfield.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do in that situation either. I feel like the shoes ended up in his hand. He was like, I'm gonna just throw this. He probably know it was a penalty. Did you know it was a penalty to throw a shoe?
No, that's the delay of game.
Yeah, I didn't
usually,
know.
but
Yeah.
I think it was weird to throw the unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I thought it would be more of a
delay of game.
Yeah,
right,
but I think since he said he threw it 40 yards down the field, even though it was only 20 yards down the field, the ref said he threw it 40 yards down
20,
the field.
I thought.
Oh, he said 20.
Yeah, he said 20.
It's hard
20.
to. Yeah, one of the podcasts I was listening to, they're trying to decipher which one.
Oh, which one he said?
Yeah, which one he's saying, because it kind of sounded like 40.
Yo, that was a hilarious description of the flag.
Yeah,
though.
it was.
Man, my man made it clear, like, unsportsmanlike conduct. But he got the wrong number, too. That's the funny part. He had the wrong number, and he, like, threw a shoe 20 yards downfield. It's like he lived all his life for that moment.
Yo,
just to explain that.
He really kind of gave that. You know what you did. Man,
right.
Do I even need to explain to you what you just did? You know what you did.
Exactly.
Look at yourself.
Exactly.
Anybody watching too, drop in the comments if you have the expert or
yes.
not the expert.
Not the expert. Hit us
week.
in the comments.
Yeah.
I do want to now. My not the expert. We're going to the plains of Nebraska,
mm-hmm.
the cornfields of Nebraska,
mm-hmm.
to give my not the expert of the week to one Scott Frost, a man who was begging for college football to return because Lord knows we needed more Nebraska football this year.
Yep.
That's what we needed. We all need Nebraska football. Have they won one game, right? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Yeah. Scott Frost his school was defeated by Minnesota. Levi, Minnesota. Do you know how many players Minnesota was missing?
Oh, 33?
33.
Yeah.
33 players, and they still beat Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Frost, and all his beautiful coaching, he came out and said that there was a lot of media timeouts in the game. That's what we blame the loss on.
Mm-hmm.
Media timeouts. Media timeouts. That's why they lost to a team that was missing 33 players. Scott Frost, you'll be back in the state of Florida coaching the team very soon because they're gonna get rid of you. Goodbye to you. But yeah, not the expert of the week. For
what
that
a clown!
He is a clown, bro. He really is a clown. Because you're on the school. He's did some other clown stuff this year too. And then it's not his first clown incident, right? I don't think it's his first clown incident.
Well, he's a homewrecker. We can say that because he has pretty much ruined or almost completely ruined the relationship between the University of Nebraska and the Big Ten. Yeah. So he came in like a Moe's burrito, you know, the homewrecker. Yeah, it was all good at first, but you paid for it at the end.
That's facts.
A lot of cramping going on.
He came through like, oh yeah, he's gonna go back home. Yeah. He's gonna go back home to Nebraska and fix it after he fixed UCF. And
he's from Nebraska.
He went there, I think.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I think he went to Nebraska.
Yeah.
He's going to come fix it. Yeah. Good job with that.
What a clown.
Yeah. Hey, Nebraska, except the fact that you're probably going to be a 4-win program for the rest of the time, by the way.
Mm.
Your run has been over for a very long time. I think you should accept that fact.
Since the 80s.
Right.
Who was that?
Tommy.
I was about to say Barry Alvarez, but that was Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I don't.
They ran the option a lot. I know that much.
Yeah.
Now we can go into Conference Championship Week with us college football talk. Levi.
Yes.
Conference Championship Week is upon us.
Yes.
In the midst of Conference Championship Week, we have regular season games taking place still, which is super confusing, but 2020 college football, that's what y'all wanted.
Yeah.
So that's what you get. What matchups are you looking forward to?
Well, Alabama, Florida,
Of course,
of
of course.
course, and Ohio State, Northwestern. I think that's about it. Oh, and Clemson, Notre Dame. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they'll all be fun because
It'll be a fun week.
I expect Clemson to beat Notre Dame
Right.
to put both of them in.
Right.
Either way it goes for Alabama, that's probably the most least interesting game going on
Low-key,
because
'cause
Alabama,
Alabama's in.
if they lose, they're still getting put in.
Yeah, barring getting smoked, they're gonna be in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And they're not getting smoked.
Yeah, no,
So,
they're
yeah,
definitely not
they're
getting smoked. So the most intriguing ones are that
Yeah.
it is the Ohio State Northwestern because Northwestern, I feel like everybody out there is cheering for Northwesterns, the ones who hate the Big Ten, or even people in the Big Ten who just hate Ohio State. If Northwestern wins this, it pretty much takes Ohio State out
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
conversation.
they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's going to be the fourth team?
USC? I don't know.
Who are they playing?
USC is playing Oregon because Washington had informed the Pac-12 they could not play in the conference championship game. So now Oregon is substituted in because 2020 college football. That's what we're doing. Having substitute conference champions. So Washington could win their Pac-12 division, and Oregon could end up winning the Pac-12 without winning their division, and Oregon could be Pac-12 champions. This is a wild year of college football.
It really
This is insanity. This is so ridiculous. Like, yeah, we didn't win our division, but we won the Pac-12 championship. What? Yeah. Don't look it up. Don't worry about the history of it.
Yeah.
The good thing I like about this conference championship week, Levi, is Oregon, US, the Pac-12 championship is Friday night. I always love the Pac-12s on Friday night. I always like having that settled. The Big Ten championship is at 12 p.m. on Saturday. The SEC championship, I think, is at
It's at 8.
8. Yeah, and the Clemson Notre Dame's at 4.
Ooh, so it's good.
It's a good balance. Yeah, we're going
like
3-3-3, and the Big 12's in there somewhere. But I mean,
Who cares?
no one cares.
So I'm okay with putting USC in, but who I really want to see, give me the Coastal Carolina, or give me the Cincinnati, or give me the whatever, because I really do want to see one of those outside of the Power 5 teams, just to give them the chance. Because we already know what's going to happen, but just give them the chance. Let it happen.
Weren't you against this when UCF went undefeated?
Yeah, but that was for giving them the. No, I think I was okay for putting them in the playoff. It was just I didn't want them having the stake of, oh, we're co-national champions.
Okay, I was just trying to remember that, how that went.
I think I'm remembering that right.
You could be. I'm trying to. I don't remember specifically.
Yeah.
I just remember UCF was trolling everybody as co-national champions.
Yeah, I hated it. Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious. I loved every second of it.
Oh, well, do you still think it's hilarious? Because that was
yes.
That was a Scott Frost team.
I mean, yes, yeah. I still think it's funny. Scott Frost becoming a bozo at Nebraska. You know, I'm not going to take away the comedy he gave me at UCF.
Yeah.
The comedy he gave me of being co-national champions. Okay, so yeah, the Notre Dame Clemson game is the most interesting one to me. I think I saw today Clemson has the lowest percentage chance of making the college football playoff according to the numbers of the 4 teams. Which I guess is because they already have a loss.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're expecting. I think Notre Dame had a higher percentage, but I feel like if Notre Dame loses to Clemson with the starters, I could see a case for kicking them out. Personally.
Yeah. If I had to make a pick right now, though, I'm picking Notre Dame to beat Clemson.
I hear you.
Mom, I'm doing a show. Why are you calling me?
I'm not sold on Notre Dame, but I'm not gonna act like I've watched every game this year. There's a lot of personal. I don't like Brian Kelly opinions in this, but you know,
it's different. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, but it's different. I think it's just the way the plays that I saw Ian Book able to make during that Clemson game, because they were really just clutch time plays, and I'd never seen Notre Dame be able to do that before, so it had me shook.
Yeah,
had me shook.
I understand. But yeah, so we'll get a weird championship week and a weird with regular season games mixed in, and then we'll go back to normal. Seems like this playoff is gonna make sense this year.
Yeah,
I do want Ohio State to make it because I do want to laugh at all the people who are acting like the Big Ten was gonna do anything other than make sure Ohio State could play in the championship if they had a chance to.
Yeah,
this is college football, money talks. Y'all know this. There's so many 30 for 30s you can watch about this.
Yeah,
that show you how the money moves in college football. That you should have known this.
I'm pretty sure we told, or at least I told everybody before this, or as the Big Ten, when the Big Ten announced it, Pretty sure I
Right.
said they're going to make sure some way, somehow, Ohio State gets in.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like if Ohio State had lost, they wouldn't be able to do this. But Ohio State
Yeah.
isn't like the team that they were replacing with lost to Ohio State. So it's like we don't really have we just gotta do what we gotta do. It
Yeah.
makes logical sense. It's just bad they put a rule in place. But the thing about rules,
Yeah,
the thing about 2020 is rules are made to be changed.
Yeah.
That's
So,
that's what 2020 is about.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that I'm not mad at Ohio State. Even though I do have a lot of things against them, I won't put this on them. But who they need to be blaming it on is just I really truly believe that the Big Ten in general, all those presidents, university
Yeah.
presidents, they fumbled the ball, bro. Like, because they were really quick to say, yeah, we're not doing it.
I think with the
We're
information
out.
they were given, they made the right decision with the information they had at the time. I'm not gonna knock them for trying to err on the side of safety.
No, okay, yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
it. I would
Like,
just say,
I
like,
like they made
as
that
somebody who, I mean, you're pretty much a big business or whatever, and you just don't. I feel like you just don't make calls that quick. You're just more of, hey, we'll wait it out and wait, because the SEC never really made an official. Oh yeah, we're playing,
but you
or
know
oh
what
we're
that
not
was
playing.
about.
It was we're gonna wait it out and see how it goes. So you could have at least taken that approach. I feel like they just got.
Well,
They
let me tell
really
you
just wanted to
something.
be the first
Let me
ones
tell you
out there and
something.
say no.
Let me tell you about the SEC. The whole world could have caught COVID and the SEC was going to play football.
Oh,
this year.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
SEC,
we
just-
were-
the SEC doesn't care. They don't care about stuff like that. Like they don't care at all about stuff like that. But like, I'm not going to knock the Big Ten for trying to err on the side of caution, but their execution on both sides of this was just very bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need good PR, and they did not have good PR under any circumstances at all.
Mm-hmm.
That was the problem with on their behalf.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think that covers college football.
Well, speaking of college,
Mhm.
Chris says he wants to throw in Arizona's turnover margin for not the expert of the week, which, yeah, their turnover margin is ridiculous.
This year, like Saturday, or in the
I think it's this year.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think that's why it was, but it was just so bad. Let's see, Arizona.
because they had 7 turnovers
On
against Arizona
Saturday?
State. Yeah, Friday whenever they played.
We'll look up the year.
Whenever they blew them out. But yeah, while you look that up, I'm gonna go ahead and start the next topic, Levi.
Go ahead.
We are going to talk NFL talk now. I got a couple notes. The NFL. Oh, let me change the slide. Slide change. Boom! Around the league, baby. We are going around the NFL, hit on some key topics, some key things that happened this week that stuck out to us. First, let's start with the Monday night game because that was insane. The Monday night football game was just beautiful. You got it?
Arizona is ranked 126 out of 130 for worst turnover margin of the season.
Nice.
But they're ranked, how I said, out of 130.
Yeah.
But 128 through 130, they didn't play this year. So really, it's 126 out of 127. So they're almost dead last
Beautiful
in
champ.
turnover margin on the year.
Beautiful champ.
Yeah.
We love to see it. That's great. Kevin Sumlin, enjoy your buyout money, bro. I'm happy you got the buyout money, dog. NFL, Levi, the Monday night game was insane.
Yes, it was.
It was wild football. Lamar Jackson caught the cramps. Allegedly, that's the official story. He got cramps and he had to leave the game. I was very confused because we were installing our new TV at the time. It's like I was pulling the game on my phone and I saw Trace McSorley in the game. Like, why is Trace McSorley in the game? And I looked it up and they're like, Lamar's in the locker room. They're saying cramps. And I saw the official tweet be cramps. I saw the unofficial tweets, be on the other stuff. Be on the bathroom break. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go with the bathroom break story because it's funnier. But yeah, so he came back in the game and was like, yeah, I'm throwing touchdowns now. One thing that stuck out about Monday night, and I texted you this, Levi. This is my first time really paying attention to Lou Riddick and Greasy in the booth. Bruh, they are ruthless.
They are.
They are not here for your like polite political commentary talk.
Nope.
They bring in the smoke to everybody. Like, you know how Romo, I like Romo. Romo's like very forgiving to quarterbacks about everything.
No, he's too nice.
Bro, like Tua threw a short ball.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of short, but I guess it hit dude's hand, I guess. But he threw it real short and dude had to like stop and turn around. And Romo was like, yeah, you got to catch that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, do you see him throw it short? And then Brady threw that ball off dude's helmet and he blamed Mike Evans for it.
Yep.
He was like, yo, Mike Evans, you got to get, he's got to do something different that route. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, Lou Riddick and them, they're like, these dudes trash.
No, they straight up with
Bro,
it, bro.
they do not care.
They cold-hearted. They tell the truth. They speak
do.
the truth. They see it. They
do.
speak it. I've loved it. I've loved it
A lot of
every
people-
week.
A lot of people seem to not like them. And
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people seem just not like that team, and I love that team. I'm
I think
sorry.
it's funny.
Yeah, I will take that over a polite like Homer type broadcast any day. Give me the the Ravens, like Lou Riddick at one point literally said Ravens just don't have no more wide receiver.
Yep.
Like Marquise Brown, yeah, he runs really fast, it's nice, but I mean if you're not catching the ball, what's that doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, he really went off like that.
No, dude, they've had some great ones. I've been meaning to. I texted you last night in response saying I've been meaning to bring this up on the show every week because they say at least 2 things each of them every Monday night that makes me go, dang.
They do not spare feelings.
The best are the rejoins, like when they're just rejoining. They'll say something like Steve Levy. I can't remember which game it was. It was earlier in the season, but we all knew it was going to be a low scoring game. And Steve Levy said, well, if you're just tuning in, I'm sure the score won't surprise you. Not much touchdowns here as we expected, as both these teams struggle, blah, blah, blah. But they're just straight up with it. They don't care.
They don't care at all.
They don't care.
And I like that. I prefer that.
Yeah, I prefer that too.
Style for sure.
Give me the truth.
Right. Like, I think the Monday night Tampa and Giants game is the first time I really stuck out because Daniel Jones on 2-point conversion had thrown it. It could have been pass interference, but I also threw the ball behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just saying pass interference, they were like, yeah, you got to throw that ball in front of dude, though. Like, it was a bad pass. Like, you just don't hear that from broadcast that much anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you don't hear that type of truth telling. So keep this team forever until Lou Riddick gets a job.
Yeah.
Keep this team. And replace him with somebody who's going to talk the same way.
But the thing is,
Ryan Clark in the booth.
They can't keep Lewis forever, bro, because Lewis is going to the Falcons next year, and that's what I want. That's what I need. Ever since I saw that little article,
that's what you about.
I'm about it. I'm about it. So
You know
we need Lewis Riddick, Eric Bieniemy.
Give Ryan Clark a shot in the booth
Why?
next year when Lou Riddick's gone. Give Ryan Clark a shot in the booth.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I like Ryan Clark. I think he'll bring the truth telling. He'll bring the truth telling. Yeah, watching his analysis, like he don't really miss too much, and he's pretty funny.
I think who would be even harder is Dominique Foxworth.
Oh, Dominique would be ruthless, except for on cornerbacks. Dominique would be defending.
Yeah, actually, no, and I don't care for his opinions at all during the Monday night because I already know what it would be all about.
Dominique would never allow pass interference to be called.
No, he wouldn't, and he would be so judgmental on every quarterback, like saying, he would judge every little flag that got thrown for QB.
Yeah. I like Dominique, but I want to put him through.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Dominique through. I want him to stay in his lane.
Yeah,
and I like his lane better now anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah. So yeah, that's what we're gonna. That's what for that game. The Browns Ravens game was exciting. I'm not done with the topic.
Oh, okay.
I sound like I was wrapping up, but I'm not.
Wait, with the game though, I got.
Oh, you got some more notes?
Yeah,
Talk to me.
Got some notes
Talk
here.
to me.
Well, I
is
just
Baker Mayfield for real?
So, I think he is. I'm not sure. I gonna say I think, but I will say, I really do appreciate how hard Baker Mayfield sells the fake play action. I think I just noticed that last night. The man is a 100% every play. So if he's handing that ball off, he's still going to run that loop and make you think there's a possibility he's still got that ball.
Yeah.
And he runs it all the way through 100%. So I love the commitment and I love all the effort out there, Baker. Also, I want to say, I also got to throw out there, Justin Tucker, I got to add him to my list of kickers who are allowed to speak in the locker room.
Tucker is a goat, bro.
Yeah. So number 1 is Pat McAfee, and then number 2 now is Justin Tucker. That may be it. That I may not add another kicker to that list, but we'll see. But Justin Tucker is a goat. Yes. I think Louis Riddick said it last night. He's an absolute sniper.
Yeah, for sure.
He is.
Like he went out there, and I had no doubts he was gonna make the kick.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I knew that too. And then when we saw Lamar running out onto that field, I had no doubt that the Ravens were about to drive down that field and win. And I was so mad because I picked the Browns last night.
Oh, yeah. We went 1-1.
Yeah, we went 1-1. Yeah, yes. So Titus had
Steelers, and I had the Steelers and the Ravens.
Yeah.
And you had the Bills and Browns.
Yeah, so we went 1-1. I'm really surprised too that Buffalo was able to turn around because it was not looking pretty.
I was looking real good for a minute.
You were, and I was so mad, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I was, because that would have put Titus at 6-0 over the past 2 weeks, and him just running away with the lead. So yeah,
I was in bed watching the game, and I fell asleep, and I woke up and the lead kept dwindling. I was like, let me cut this off. I don't want this negativity in my life. I don't want this negativity in my life right now. And then the lead was gone. I was like, all right then.
But the Bills are good though.
They are a good team.
And
they are a very good team.
But before we get off any of that, last thing I got to end it with. Oh, there's 2 more things. One, what is the name of the Cleveland Browns safety. I think it's number 23.
Sendeo?
The dude who came in running like an absolute rocket.
Andrew Sendeo, probably.
Against-
I'm gonna guess him. Did he
Maybe
take the bad
against
angle?
J.K. Dobbins. It was
Oh.
that. No.
Oh, okay.
You haven't
No,
seen it?
No, I
You
haven't.
need to look. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. I may be able to. Actually, I have it on my phone. I'll
Okay.
let you watch it.
Okay.
But this dude came in like a missile. What it was
Mm-hmm.
they had to score a 2-point conversion to go up by 7.
Oh, yeah,
Baltimore did.
yeah.
And that dude meant it was great effort. He was going to make sure J.K. Dobbins did not get in, but he ended up getting
JK
in.
got in, yeah, because they
Yeah.
got 2-point conversion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that was a prime example of when the football coach tells you, because this is what they tell you when you're either on offense or defense.
Yeah.
If you run at 100%, the faster you run and the harder you hit, the less it's going to hurt you. And I
Yeah.
never believed that. I
That don't
never
sound
believed
possible.
it. Yeah,
Doesn't sound
exactly.
possible at all.
And I was like, actually, no, I think if I do a little stutter step to judge where the runner's going to go or
Right.
to judge where my tackler is coming,
Right.
I think there's some physics behind that too. You know, if
Yeah.
you slow down, it kind of softens the impact. But
Right.
no, they tell you. And this dude, he got his
Bell rung.
bell rung.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I was going
I
to
got
say
you.
something
I got
rocked.
you.
Yeah.
I could tell.
He got his bell rung. But he's the one who laid the hit.
Okay.
But he's the one who got his
did-
bell rung,
did
and
do
I
that.
felt it, bro.
Mm.
Because that's one of those shots that just it starts in your shoulder and then just
Oh, word.
goes
yeah,
into
one of
your
those.
spine and works
Oh,
all the
word,
way
right,
down.
right,
Yeah,
right.
so I
One of
felt
those.
bad for him. But yeah, coaches be lying out there. And if
That is
any
bad.
coaches are listening to me right now, you lying. I mean, I'm not lying.
Oh,
You lying.
Rogelio still
That
watching
junk
because
hurts.
Rogelio is a coach. Oh,
Oh,
Rogelio still
tell
watching.
Rogelio what he thinks about that.
Yeah, and comment about that.
Ask him what he
Rogelio.
thinks about
Please
that.
comment about that.
Yeah.
If you're still watching. I need to
Because
know.
I get it. I mean, back when I was in high school playing football, you can tell I wasn't the biggest dude out there. So
Do you-
maybe that was just for me, a smaller dude. Maybe that helps me out.
Do you
but-
think that applies to Derrick Henry running as fast as you can hitting him? Do you think that physics applies there?
Yes, it does. That's why dudes don't want to hit Derrick Henry, bro, because that dude's so much bigger and his
Yeah.
legs. And when you're putting your, I
no,
would
it
not.
don't work.
You
It don't
couldn't
work
pay
at
me
all.
money to tackle that man. to
Not
be honest.
a single dime.
Yeah.
It's not cover the hospital bills. Let me see this. Let me see what's happening.
It's at the top of the screen.
Oh, he tried so hard.
Oh, he ran.
He ran so hard and got nothing.
Yeah. If you go back, get the sound on it.
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
so hard.
Yeah, go
Like,
watch 2-point conversion.
even Lewis Riddick went, like when that play happened, he
Yeah.
said, "My God," he was like, "So and so came in
Right.
like a rocket."
That's hilarious.
But he
I have
got
more
rocked.
notes. Aaron Rodgers is on fire this year.
Yes, he is.
Are you aware? He 39-4, 39
Yeah,
touchdowns,
that's
4 interceptions
ridiculous.
this year. That's insanity right now.
And what's Devontae Adams' numbers,
Devontae Adams is cooking as well. Let me
bro?
pull that
Because
up.
Devontae Adams was already cooking before this weekend.
right.
He had 7th in the league in yards, in
Devontae
total
has,
yards.
Yeah, Devontae has 1144 yards and 100. Yeah, I'm sorry, 1,144 yards. I think I said it right, but I probably didn't. And 14 touchdowns.
And 14 touchdowns. So I know
And he missed.
he's missed 2 games.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody. So all these other wide receivers were playing 12 games at the time I was looking up this stat,
dude.
and he was 7th in yards, which was only like 50 yards away from the number 1 spot, maybe 100 yards from
Yeah.
DK. But then he was tied for first with touchdowns and played
Yeah.
2 less games than everybody else did.
Man, the wide receiver position is so deep in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it is, and it's
Like-
going to continue to get
It
deeper and
is.
deeper.
It is. Receivers is getting better.
Yeah.
And better every week.
And they're
I mean,
gonna-
every year.
Yeah, they're going to be very what am I disposable?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh
thinking
yeah.
of. Yeah.
Are you think receivers are gonna go the way of the running back?
I mean, I don't think a lot of these receivers are going to have the lifespan as receivers have had in the past, because I think you're going to be
How
able to.
physical they
They're
are?
not going to be as valuable, I think, because you can go in the draft and you can pick up. I just think there's going to be so many good wide receivers available in these drafts, and
Yeah.
then next years to come that they just won't be as valuable, because
Interesting.
you could really get that not that far of a drop off from your first round pick wide receiver to your third or fourth.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But I think it does take a few years for receivers to get going, so that might be the key, right?
Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah, 'cause,
but I
like-
mean, this year, CeeDee Lamb balling, Mims was kind of balling, Rager kind of
Jefferson's
balling,
cooking. Rager-
Jefferson's
Balling's-
cooking for
Balling's too
sure.
big a word for Rager.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say balling for Rager
Yeah.
yet. That's a big word. Not
I
getting ready to
wouldn't.
give him that.
Jerry Judy's not, but that's because he doesn't have a QB to throw to him.
he
Henry
ran
Ruggs
a,
is
he
not
ran a
doing
cold
decent.
route the other day.
He did.
He
I
ran a
didn't see
cold
it.
route. I saw. He cook somebody's boots badly.
Best route
But he's a
runner
great
in
route
the
runner though. He was
NFL.
like he was that in
Yeah.
college, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what's taking place with that. And I think I had more notes. I keep pulling my notes down to check comments and stuff. More notes. Oh yeah. The Saints are going nowhere with Taysom Hill at quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think Sean Payton knows that, right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna work.
Also, Falcons Chargers.
Mhm.
That game was the epitome of what everybody thought that game was going to be. It was literally the Spider-Man meme. And then also, it came to my mind after they kept trying to give that game away. Neither team wanted to win.
Yeah.
I'm glad we prevailed in losing. Go Falcons, rise up. That was a big one too because the
Yeah.
Chargers were one game behind
Do you know
us.
what's so crazy about that game? Is that I kept forgetting who won and who lost because they were the same team.
Yeah.
And like I kept finding out score and I can't remember. I can never remember who won that game.
Yeah.
Because I thought y'all won for a minute.
Within the last 4 minutes, Matt Ryan, we're driving.
Yeah.
It's tied 17-17.
Yeah.
He throws an interception.
Mhm.
And then Chargers get it. They're driving. Justin Herbert throws the
Of
interception.
course.
Then Matt Ryan gets it again. Driving.
Throws one back.
Interception. Yeah, throws one back.
Lord.
So then the Chargers get a field goal.
The fact
to
that the
win.
Falcons tweeted out the Spider-Man meme with the Chargers and
They did do
yes,
that?
you didn't see that?
No, I didn't
yeah, the
see
official
that.
Atlanta Falcons account tweeted that.
See,
Spider-Man
the
meme.
Falcons, I love the Falcons Twitter because they're so aware.
Nah, they lean
know.
into it. Yeah, they lean into it.
They know.
For sure.
Um,
For sure.
Also, D'Anthony Quinn. Anthony Lynn is Dan Quinn. D'Anthony
on our-
Quinn.
Go see our Twitter account for that
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah, I got
At
to tweet
NTE
that back
Podcast,
out. I
yeah.
took it down. I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
wait for this morning.
At NTE Podcast.
Yeah,
Look for
at
that.
NTE Podcast Twitter.
I have an NFL question for you, Levi, before we move on.
Yes.
To the Eagles thing. In the AFC, are you taking the Chiefs or the field?
Chiefs. No.
I-
Field.
I typically always lean field in these conversations, but I think I don't know, man. The Chiefs got too much. They got too many weapons, man. Travis Kelce's having like a career year right now, and if you shut him down, then Tyreek Hill will destroy you.
Mhm.
Or Sammy Watkins, or Miko Hardman, or just anybody else on the team they find because that's what they do. I might be leaning Chiefs, bro. And the only thing with football in a 1-game situation in the playoffs, they probably can't get away with that bad start they had in Miami.
Mhm.
Maybe not.
I don't think they can.
But also, when they get rolling, there's not much you can do about it unless they turn the ball over again. Because Miami
Yeah.
only got back in that game because of an extra turnover. It was 30-10 when they got rolling, and then a Mahomes pick got the Dolphins back in the game.
Mhm.
I'm leaning towards them because it's so overwhelming on offense, but also the fact their defense is a little worse than it was last year. I think.
Yeah. No, it is. It is
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and I think that could be a problem, but it might not be because they have Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and everyone else on the team.
I'm a big
Andy
believer
Reid.
in the hangovers. So
The Super Bowl hangover.
yeah, I think the Super Bowl
Yeah.
hangover prevails.
But I mean, they're in first place now. They got first place back.
Mhm.
I don't know what the Seahawks are going to do from here. I'm not sure where they're going.
Yeah.
But I feel like if
Are
they
we
get
gonna
first
talk
place,
about them?
I don't
the
have them in the
Steelers?
notes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get them on the NFL show this week. That will happen for sure
Yeah.
this week. For
Well,
sure.
I got some more NFL takes.
Okay.
that I forgot.
Yeah.
I want to throw out, but do you want to give your Eagles one?
Oh, I got a topic for that. So go ahead.
well,
Take it.
I really got to pee.
Oh.
So
The Chiefs have New Orleans, Atlanta, and the Chargers left on their schedule.
Atlanta, New Orleans, and the Chargers.
Yeah.
So 3-0 on the way out.
It's at New Orleans though. It's at the Superdome.
So who's playing? Taysom Hill or Jameis?
Probably
or,
Taysom.
Yeah.
Probably Taysom. Yeah.
He's just gonna stick with when does Drew Brees come back?
They're saying he might come back soon. I feel like he should sit down. Because
Yeah.
for one, the Saints'
They're
offensive
tired.
line doesn't look great either.
Mm-hmm.
And I see why Breeze got hurt.
Yeah.
And he probably get hurt again.
I think that's
Good.
why Sean Payton has him out there. Has
just 'cause-
Taysom out
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really want to throw Jameis out there because maybe he doesn't want to put his health on the line. And it's kind of
Mm,
like,
And James is a little
Mm.
slow.
yeah.
Yeah, he a little slow.
Yeah. It's
I
kind of
know-
like why
I know
it
it's-
makes
I know it's
way more
shocking to
sense
some
to have
people.
Hurts out there
I know-
than Wentz.
You're right. I know it's shocking some people that James Winston is slow because,
Yeah.
but he's slow. Trust me.
That guy, he's sneaky athletic.
Sneaky athletic, baby.
Sneaky.
Yeah, go ahead and
One
do
of a
this.
kind.
Right. Go ahead and your business. I'll cover this.
Bet.
Do you see the topic name? Hurts went out and got a W.
Hurts wins.
Hurts wins got a W. See what I did
I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, Hurts, Wentz, and got a W, y'all. The Eagles played the Saints on Sunday and came away with a victory. It's okay. It's okay. You hopped through. Nobody saw it. The Eagles continue to be an enigma and frustration and thorn in my side, as they always will be forever. Apparently, I just have to accept that fact. So, my thoughts on the game overall: Hurts was fine. For his debut, he was fine. It wasn't. I'm tweeting this out so people know what we're talking about. He was fine. I wasn't overly impressed or thrilled with it. I do think he has to continue starting because of the fact that offensive line is garbage. Basura, and having someone that mobile helps the team out a lot because he can move the pocket in ways Carson can't right now, and he's not as gun-shy as Carson was. I said it last week. Carson, towards the end of this run, has just been incapable of doing anything when the pressure gets there. If the pressure gets there, he's just throwing the ball away. He's trying to get out of the way. He's just not. He's not able to handle pressure well, and Hurts hasn't been sacked that many times, and he's more mobile and stronger and able to break more tackles. So he does extend the offense in a way that Carson can't right now, and Carson's just in a broken place right now as a quarterback, I think, in Philadelphia, which is why I think he needs to change the scenery. Hurts just makes some nice throws. He has some nice playmaking. When the plays broke down, he did some nice plays. He was pressured, I think I saw 14 times and didn't take any sacks, which is good, and something that Carson was incapable of doing. But this to me is a lot like y'all know that meme with the water, the big water tank spewing out water, and they sprint some tape on it? That's what Jalen Hurts is. He's just tape on a giant flood of nonsense. He's tape on a giant just storm of trash. The building is flooded. There's no saving it, but we can slow the leak down for a little bit. Evaluating him for the next 4 games is important because, to me personally, I don't think Jalen Hurts is the future at quarterback. I didn't think that. It might be because I watched him play for 4 years in college, and I just went from believing a lot to just not kind of being skeptical towards the end of his time in college. So that could be what it is, but I'm not sold on it. But he should start the rest of the season. He's starting Sunday against Arizona. It's the right decision just because, there's no point in going back to Carson at this point this year. So we got 4 games left. Get it done. Also, I would like for us to stop winning games because there is literally no point in us making the playoffs this year. We have too many issues to be out here losing draft picks. Too many problems to be out here losing draft stock behind us trying to make a run at being 8-8. I'm sorry, 7-8-1 to win the division. I'm good on that. I don't want to be in that category. So we can have a home playoff game and get smoked. Yeah, I'm not optimistic, but I'm not optimistic. I do want to see. Jalen Hurts did beat the number 1 defense in football, but also that was the first time Jalen Hurts played a full NFL game. And the Saints were kind of do a loss, and 2, it was one of those things where it's they don't know what you're coming with. They don't have any tape on you. But yeah, I'm whatever, Eagles. Hurts can start the rest of the season. It's fine. He got to win.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Shout out to Jalen.
Yeah, I was pretty much just saying that I don't think he's an answer at quarterback. He's kind of like the patch on a room that's about to flood. He's going to slow the leak down a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be the solid answer.
Yeah, I saw you hating on Twitter when someone said, looks like the Eagles had their future QB.
Oh, no, I got mad because ESPN put the Dream Chasers thing. They put Jalen Hurts on the Dream Chasers logo. And we don't mess with the Dream Chasers logo. We don't besmirch
I
the
didn't
Dream
see
Chasers logo.
that.
But yeah, that's what they did. And I told them to delete this because it just made me cringe.
Ah.
But yeah, I do want to address some of these Eagles fans out here because now the people who are like, oh yeah, y'all wanted to fire Doug Peterson. Yes, Jalen Hurts won a game with Doug Peterson, but also Levi, I have a question for you. If you're the head coach and the offensive play caller, and the quarterback goes from an MVP candidate to being what Carson Wentz is now, does the coach not take any blame for that?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure of that because no matter what he's doing with Hurts, the fact is Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate when in Doug's second year, and the 1 year Doug was a good play caller. And as soon as Frank Reich left, Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson maintained play calling stuff. Carson hasn't been the same. So I'm looking at Doug still has to take a quarterback that regresses that hard. The head coach and play caller has to get some blame for that. I just feel like that's a natural thing, and people should stop trying to avoid that.
I saw or heard some analysis that I really liked. Somebody made the key observation that Carson Wentz has looked like a lost puppy out there in that offense.
Oh, yeah. He's been hit so much, he's just done.
I think he's been hit so much. It's rattled his mental cages.
Yeah.
Also, I think he doesn't believe in the scheme, so it's hard for him to get behind the team.
Yeah.
When he doesn't believe in the scheme.
Yeah, the trust isn't there because the way he panics when the offensive line breaks down, you can tell it's a trust thing.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of in the first half with Lamar last night, we was running a lot. It's like because he doesn't trust his receivers.
Yeah.
I think they had 3 drops in the first half?
Something like that.
Yes, when the trust is broken, it's clear to tell. I think Carson's trust there is done.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
so
I agree with that.
Along with that observation, he also mentioned that, Frank Reich being gone is a big blow. Somebody he really trusted and had a good relationship with. Also, apparently his best friend on the team was Nick Foles, and also sort of his, rock to lean on and support. He's gone too.
Yeah.
So kind of feels like Carson maybe isn't really there with the team, and I think the team kind of rallies around Jalen more.
Well, no, I do want to say that a lot of players last week were like publicly speaking on Carson's behalf.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, Fletcher Cox came out and said Carson's our guy. Like, that's my guy no matter what. Miles Sanders said something similar to that.
Yeah.
So he did have support from like very important players. If Fletcher Cox is speaking up for you on the defense, like that's pretty much what you need.
It's just so obvious. The number one thing y'all have to fix right now is y'all's offensive line.
Yeah, and we did take a major injury to 2 of our main guys. Lane Johnson, I think at one point said his ankle is shattered, and Brandon Brooks got hurt before the season started. So we did lose 2 very good guys on the O-line, but the other thing is they've been so consistent on just playing these guys they don't need to be playing. Like Doug is not about. You can see it with the Carson thing. Like Doug is not good on making decisions on putting people out when they're not playing well. Like he'll keep trying somebody out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Rodney McLeod is out for the year, so that sucks. He tore his ACL. Yeah, Darius Slay caught a concussion, I think Sunday. So I wish us the best for the rest of the season. Yeah. We got the Cardinals Sunday. DeAndre Hopkins is playing. What's Jim Schwartz going to tell DeAndre before the game? Like, what kind of motivation are you going to give him to destroy us?
I don't know. Marvin Jones Jr. I used to coach that guy. You fast, but you're not Marvin Jones Jr. fast.
Right.
Also, for the Eagles, we were right. I think we were right. Putting Jalen in there was beautiful, and it works just because you got to, for that offense to be successful or to get any yards, you got to have a mobile QB.
Yeah, somebody got to be able to get away.
You're not going to be able to sit in that pocket for very long.
For more than 2 minutes.
And I think Jalen was constantly on the run. I feel like every throw he made was on the run.
Oh,
so,
yeah, for sure.
Such a obvious decision that needed to be made and was made correctly, but it was made way too late. This could have been made.
Yeah.
All right, would you have been more okay with it being made earlier in the season, or are you okay with the timing?
I'm okay with it now because I respect that they wanted to give Carson the chance to maybe turn it around.
Yeah.
But I see both sides of it. But for me personally, I don't mind them trying to give Carson a chance to turn it around.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Do you see Jalen as, I know you don't see him as the future for the Eagles, but do you see him having a future in the NFL of being a sustainable starting QB somewhere?
Possibly. I don't know if he's like, it depends on what you need, right? I don't think he's going to be, okay, I don't think he'll be a franchise quarterback, but I think he can be like a good enough quarterback if your team is decent.
I feel like he'll be that guy. He'll be the Taysom Hill. He's going to collect a good check somewhere, mainly sitting on the bench, but he'll be used.
I think he might be better than Taysom.
Okay, yeah.
I think he might be better than Taysom.
No, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll say maybe he can't be utilized like.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Taysom. I kept wanting to say Jason for a second, but I was like, that's not right. Yeah, he can't be utilized like Taysom. I'm not putting Jalen on my punt team or anything like that. But if you got a offensive-minded coach who's smart and knows how to utilize him, he could utilize him in the slot as a running back. I don't know, maybe a little trickery. Get creative with it. Do something.
He's got to get on the field.
Yeah.
So now our last thing before we get up out of here, Levi. We got basketball. Regular season is literally back in a week.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I had one more NFL take I had to throw out there.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's still on the Browns and Ravens. I didn't get to finish my. So last thing, most important thing too. We said speculation was we know Lamar Jackson was cramping. Speculation is to where he was cramping. Maybe a little tummy ache.
Yeah.
Titus said he believes he might have drank some Cleveland tap water,
Yes.
which is very believable. I believe it was a prophetic poop. That's what Lamar did. He took a prophetic poop. He was just signifying what he was about to do to the Browns by flushing the Browns in his body.
That's real.
Flushing them out and flushing them down the toilet, and then ran out onto the field and flushed the Cleveland Browns down the toilet.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Prophecy in the poop.
Yes.
Yes.
Levi, the basketball regular season is next week.
Yeah,
They're playing preseason games. The season just ended. JJ Redick said on his podcast that it literally feels like one long season.
I bet.
And his team didn't even go deep in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
They was just in the bubble.
Yeah.
And then they were sent home. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he felt like that. I can't imagine how you feel if you were there like to the conference finals or the finals.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I have a few questions I want to ask you, Levi.
Hit me.
Be on the lookout for our NBA podcast coming during the NBA season too. Let's start here. Now I mentioned that, how will the bubble teams be affected by the lack of rest? I have 3 questions I want to ask you. That's the first one.
Okay. Well, I want to go back to last season's bubble, and I think I would like to point out, I think I was right for the most part when I said the younger teams will have more success than we would, we'd be surprised by it. So Denver making that run, young players, a lot of these teams, I think they drug out their matchups, their rounds a little longer than we expected.
Right.
So I think the younger teams, once again, this will be an advantage for them. I would love to say the Hawks are going to have a great advantage because they're very well rested. They haven't played ball in a while. So we'll see how that goes.
The lottery teams should start out this year in first place in like the top 4 of their conferences.
Yeah.
All lottery teams should be running stuff to start the year off.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be interesting because I think these teams, you can make an argument either way. These teams who pretty much went long into the bubble and it's like one long season, they're still kind of in the groove, I guess. They didn't really have to choke the engine that much to, get it started back up. They just had to press the little bubble once and they were ready. So I think they might start out strong, but finishing strong, it's a whole nother story. Yeah, because it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Facts that. I kind of agree with you on that. I think the young teams will be I think the young teams are going to take the regular season more seriously, whereas the teams that kind of have their chemistry in order already are going to relax a good bit in the regular season and not worry about seeding because we still don't know how the crowd thing is going to look. So I don't think home court advantage is going to be a huge, huge concern for teams this year. And I don't know, they're probably still going to restrict travel some for the NBA, but and then there's only release half the schedule for now because they're going to adjust the other half, see what happens with the world next year. So I'm curious to see what takes place here. I'm which I think the young team should be running stuff early in the first half, and then the second half, teams start turning it up a little bit, getting their stuff figured out, taking it more seriously.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my next question: are the Hawks ready for a year with expectations?
No.
I agree.
Too young.
I agree. That the core. That's the thing. Like the moves they made are nice, but the core of that team is still 24 or younger.
I would say younger than that.
Yeah, because I think Colin's about 24, right?
Yeah, and he's like the oldest.
Yeah. Colin's there, and then next to the
I'd say more like 21.
Next to the new edition, yeah, like the median age would probably be 23 median age if you added all the young guys up. I don't know, but something like that. That's what I meant. But I'm not. I've said the Hawks are going to the playoffs. I've said that as soon as I said it before Westbrook got there because I said it at first because I said that the teams in the Eastern Conference playoffs last year
they're going to stay.
Yeah,
nobody's moving out.
Right.
Of the top 8.
I'm pulling up the Eastern Conference playoffs teams last year for people that might want to counter this. Right, the Bucks, Raptors, Celtics, Pacers, Heat, 76ers, Nets, and Magic were the playoff teams last year.
And I would say Pacers fall out.
You think Pacers have fallen all the way out? They won 45 games last year.
Yeah, I think they could fall out.
That's a big drop.
Yeah.
45 to falling out with the new coach.
Yeah.
That'd be a terrible hire if that happened.
Yeah. Who's their new coach too? Some nobody.
It's a dude they hired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful with the nobodies though.
Yeah, they are.
Nick Nurse was a nobody.
Yeah, that is true.
See, we did.
They're keep. Well, I guess they still got Oladipo.
Yeah, they kept everybody. They pretty much kept everybody. Which is why them falling out is.
I guess the Pacers can stay.
Okay, the Magic. I think their spot is open. I think Magic spot is up for grabs.
Oh, you kept telling me the Magic weren't falling out, so
well,
that's why.
Wizards then the Wizards went and got Russell Westbrook. So that eliminated them for me. We just got Russell. So Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook is a playoff lock. No matter what you think, they're not missing the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors are in the Raptors in the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Bucks, yes.
Yeah.
Celtics, yes.
Yeah.
Heat.
Yeah.
76ers.
Yeah.
Nets.
Yeah.
Like there's one spot and there's like 4 teams going for it next year.
Yeah, no expectations for the Hawks. Unless we just make some crazy run like the Heat did last year,
Right.
where they blew
Which,
all
I mean,
expectations.
Yeah. And I think
so-
first half season is gonna be really vital for the Hawks. They need to build a nice cushion to where when the teams that were in the bubble start getting it together,
Mhm.
they need to be able to maintain it.
Yeah.
This first half is gonna be a lot. But then the challenge is they have so many pieces trying to work in. They added like 5 players in the offseason who are
Mhm.
all expected to play.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of chemistry things trying to fix in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, for the Hawks, like the season's not going to start off well for us because it's a lot of
it's a lot of moving parts.
a lot of moving parts.
And this is where I think I like the fact they want to make the playoffs, but also like trying to make that jump so aggressively and putting like people's jobs at stake for it.
Mhm.
It's a bit of a risk.
Yeah.
Bit of a heavy play that could lead to bad ramifications down the line. But I like the talent. I just don't know if this is the year for that.
Yeah.
Because the Hornets added Gordon Hayward to a 5-year deal, so they're going to be trying to make the playoffs. The Magic's still going to try to make the playoffs.
Mhm.
You know, it's a lot of teams competing for that one spot that might come up
Yeah.
in the East. And maybe if Pacers fall out, then 2 spots are open. Then maybe the Hawks can steal it. But I think the best case for the Hawks to me is a play-in game. That's the best case scenario, which is close to a playoff game. It's almost a playoff game.
Yeah, I'm on the I'm on the train now. They're not making the playoffs.
Oh, you joined my
I'm
squad?
on that thought. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We kind of hit on Harden earlier, but where do you think he goes?
Who else was on that list
I think
besides
it
Philly?
was it was Philly, the Bucks, and Philly, the Bucks, the Nets still. Let me pull it up real quick. I just remember the Bucks one stood out to me. Let me see. Harden list. Miami, my bad. Bucks, Heat, Philly, Nets.
Yeah, but none of those teams, they have the pieces to trade to get him. But do they want to? I'm not giving up my
See,
pieces for James Harden.
I don't think the Bucks have the pieces for it.
Yeah, I don't
Realistically,
think so
I don't think they have
either.
anything. I mean, they already lost 3 of their traded 3 of their picks already.
Yeah.
And
Harden's not going to a team he wants to go to if the Rockets are going to be stringent on getting the pieces they want
Yeah.
or need.
which I respect.
Yeah, exactly. To sustain some type of
Right,
success
right.
and some continuity, staying in the playoffs, then yeah, they're going to have to go outside of James Harden's list.
They are, and they can do that because he'd have no trade clause. He has 2 years left.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have leverage here.
It's literally
The-
a wish list.
Yeah, the problem is if they drag it out, then the more it drags out, the more leverage they lose, in a way. 'Cause, like the more you drag it out, then
True. Yeah, because I mean, value's going to
Right, of that contract, yeah.
depreciate.
Yeah.
So
I do want to talk about this. Miami, is Tyler Hero untradeable to you? Because I don't see it. He's cool. I don't see. I wouldn't make him if I'm the Heat, right? And I had the run I had last year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bank on that roster specifically being what gets me back to the finals. I do still think you need to get a star in there.
mhm,
And I actually think Jimmy and James would play well together because Jimmy is kind of differential.
mhm.
Like Jimmy can play off ball. I don't know if he plays another All Star because he's had issues with All Stars before.
Mhm.
But like Jimmy will play off the ball a little bit, and like he doesn't necessarily need the ball. He doesn't care about being a ball dominant guy. He'll do it if he has to, like he did in the finals. But that's not what he wants to do first, right? I think that's a nice pairing, especially like Jimmy and James is a nice pairing together in the East for
Mhm.
sure. 2 big wings. Harden's a capable defender. Jimmy's a great defender
Yeah.
and a good facilitator. You pair that with Bam, I think you got something. I think then you have something. But I'm not sold on this Miami roster as currently constructed as being another team that can go back to the finals this year.
I'm not sold on it either.
Mhm.
I think my problem, if I were the Heat, and I think this may be the problem they're running into, even though you could very well counter this argument that I'm about to make, that Pat don't give no Fs. Like,
Right.
he's going to make the moves that
Right.
he thinks he's going to need to make to get them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking from the potential, because it's the potential that out there that we don't know yet, because it looks like that ceiling could be very high, or he may have already peaked and sort
Yeah.
of,
Right.
overperformed.
Right.
It's the marketing for me, the money. the dude's already got the number one son. I mean, if I'm thinking like a David Sampson or like a lot of these owners apparently do think is that, hey, we do want success, maybe not necessarily win a championship, but just keep me successful continuously in the hunt and making a lot of money. And I'm keeping him because, I mean, like I said, he's already number one in jersey sales at one point this year. So
For the Heat or like for the league?
no, for the league.
What?
Yeah, we talked about this.
We did?
Yeah, after he hit that game winner or whatever,
Oh.
everybody bought a Tyler Hero jersey after that.
Lord. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the top 15. So.
bro. I mean, I'm gonna just be straight up, bro. Make no bones about it. You
I
know
know
how we
why.
white people are.
I know why.
You know how
I
we
know
white
why he
people
is.
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
he didn't make top 15 for the league though, so that's okay.
But he wasn't number one. I guess
No.
it was maybe just for that period
Maybe
of
that- yeah,
time,
yeah,
for that
yeah.
week or whatever.
Yeah, top 15 was. Harden was 5th though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do think as much as I think the Heat culture thing is annoying, I do think that there's an
And he
effect there.
fits. Yeah.
Yeah,
James Harden does not fit in the Heat culture,
He
bro.
does.
And really, I'm not interested
And, like,
in letting Harden come prove that because he's had years in the NBA to prove that.
But he's also been in control of his like he controls the Rockets,
Yeah.
everything. Which
Yeah.
I don't mind a superstar having some say in that. Like,
Yeah.
people get up in arms about that. I don't mind it to a certain level.
Yeah.
Like some things are a little too far, but like I don't mind it to a certain
I
extent.
mean, is
You
it
gotta
fair
give
to say
yourself some
that
credit.
Harden be acting bougie right now? Like for real, because he
I mean,
really
they let
is.
him do it.
like-
They let him get away with
I know
it.
they
Yeah.
are
That's
letting
the
him get
problem in
away
Houston.
with it. They
Kevin
don't know how to
O'Connor-
handle this.
Yeah,
And
Kevin
poor
Kevin-
Solomon Hill. Wait,
Paul Silas.
Paul
Solomon Hill's
Silas.
a player.
Why did I say Solomon Hill? Oh, also shout out to Solomon Hill though. We got I just found out we got Solomon Hill on the Hawks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So shout out. But yeah, Paul Silas, poor him. I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. And Kevin O'Connor on the Ringer spoke about this. He was saying that Kevin O'Connor, Chris Vernon spoke about this. He's like, they've let Harden run the organization for so long
Yeah.
that you're not gonna be able to rein that back in now.
Yeah.
Like it's just over with now. You're not gonna be able to tell him, no, we can't do it that way anymore. It's not gonna work because he's had control over it.
Mhm.
And it makes sense. I will say LeBron was able to adapt to Heat culture for at least 4 years. He accepted the Heat ways.
Yeah, but okay, that's
and he
LeBron.
left and got control back. He left
and
and got control
Harden.
back. But yeah, maybe Harden would want to do it for a little bit. Maybe.
I don't know.
One thing about Harden is he does go out a lot, but at some point Harden does show up every night. He will show up. Like he is out there playing every night. He doesn't really
is,
get
yeah.
injured. So maybe, I don't know. I do get the culture fit being weird. And I think that's the one thing with Harden. People are scared to bring him in because he's been such a ball dominant player. He throws off your offense, especially in this shortened time frame. But yeah. I think Miami, to me,
I think
selfishly,
he's just too ball dominant for
yeah.
that team because
Selfish-
they want to run it more like a Warriors.
Right. But selfishly, I want to see Simmons and Embiid play another year together
Mm-hmm.
with a decent coach and a solid, like a decent roster around them that fits a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get mad at that trade if they trade it.
Yeah.
If they pull that trade off. If Philly makes that trade, I can't get mad at that. Philly trades for Harden. Trade Simmons for Harden. I can't get mad at it, even though I want to see them together. Simmons and Embiid together another year. And I think that might be the easiest fit.
Yeah.
Because him and the big man is probably the easiest fit to put together. And there's no other real like person that needs the ball on that team specifically except for those two.
Mhm.
And they can work the ball around the shooters. But yeah, I think that might. I don't know. We'll
I
figure it
agree.
out though. The
Yeah.
Bucks will be a nice fit, but that's never going to happen under no circumstances. That
No,
happen.
it's not.
It's just not.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. And James Harden don't want to live in Milwaukee for 2 years.
No.
Let's go do Milwaukee.
Is there strip clubs?
Go to the
is there
Rust
strip
Belt.
clubs in Milwaukee?
Ain't no strip clubs on the Rust Belt.
No.
Not at all. Can't be
No.
possible. But yeah,
no good ones.
No, not at all.
least. Yeah.
So I think we're gonna wrap up. Let's get into I'm Not an Expert, but I totally had something. Totally had. I swear I had something. I swear I did. You got something?
No.
I'm not
I
an
don't.
expert. Oh yeah, I'm not an expert, but this is our last live show of 2020. So we'll see you live in 2021. But we will be putting podcasts out
Yes.
pretty consistently over the holiday break. So
yes.
please follow us on the podcast. But thank you for enjoying us live this year. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. It was a fun 2020. I personally had enjoyed my 2020 in spite of everything going on.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing this every week.
What
We did it.
Yeah. Looking back on it, we were making the jokes then, but we can make the jokes now
Yeah.
too. What a terrible time, or just an interesting time we picked to
Start
this,
right.
yeah.
Right. It was
yeah,
crazy.
right when the Roro hit.
It really was. I want to give a special shout out to Butler Production Multimedia for letting us come here every week and giving us the opportunity to do this and really expand our brand.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
in our reach. So thank you,
Well,
Clayton. for that.
2021's the year for expansion.
That's a fact.
2020 was the we found ourselves.
This is our that's it. Yeah, this was our find ourselves year because
Yeah.
we were in a real kind of limbo state with this podcast. Like we didn't know like where we were going with it. I think
Yeah.
we were both kind of have internal doubts we never really expressed. But then like this came up and it was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the move. So thank y'all.
We got ideas
Clayton,
in the
for saying-
works.
we do have a
too.
lot of ideas in
And
the works.
and
We got big
yeah,
plans.
actually
for the
been
future.
working on it. But
Facts.
yeah.
We got big plans for the future. So thank you all for listening in 2020. Enjoy your Christmas holidays. If you're trying to send stuff off, go ahead and mail your apology letter to your significant other because it's not going to get there on time.
Nope.
Go ahead and tell them you're sorry if you're trying to mail stuff off. Thank you all. We are done. We're out.